Hello, everybody! It is time for the Battlebots pregame show. I am your host, Macho, and always by my side during the Battlebots season, Kristen. Kristen, why don't you tool everyone through the video scope and how you are doing? Kristen, tell everyone how you're doing.
I am great. Hopefully, I didn't miss anything.
We got quite a show on the docket. And Kristen, on the plus side, we don't have any cabbage jabronis as our guests today.
Goodness.
Thank God.
No PowerPoints that we know of this week.
Yeah, we don't have to deal with that gross jabroni Xanadu. Kristen, we gotta talk about a Battlebots episode, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Chat, I hope you guys have had a fantastic week. And the week is just about to get better because Kristen and Macho are talking about Battlebots. Let's go, Kristen. Why don't you talk about this one? Yeah.
So last week we had Death Roll and Cobalt. What a start to the night this fight was. Cobalt is honestly, it's terrifying. Now that Cobalt has beat a robot designed almost exactly the same as them, we know that there's like basically no one that can stop them. At least not that I can see. And Death Roll, they may need to rethink coming back after keeping their bot in the garage for 3 years and making little to no changes. It's 2023, guys. Get with the program.
For this next fight, Macho's gonna talk about, we got Omnis over by Macho and Claw Viper over by Kristen. This one also is not very close, as Omnis struggled to get going with those fancy-pantsy omnidirectional wheels, while Claw Viper politely showed him the way around the battle box. Yeah, Claw Viper, with the defensive-oriented bot, was more on the offense. The way Omnis is designed, oftentimes it is difficult for that vertical spinner to hit first. They need to go back to the drawing board, need to do some intense thinking with their big wrinkly brains and come up with a solution to get that vertical spinner to have some contact onto the other bot. Yeah.
Whew, okay, well, Bloodsport, unfortunately, they went down hard and they went down fast in this match. Let this be a safety lesson for us all, that we should never go headfirst into a copperhead and expect to come out with all of our limbs.
Yes, this fight was over quickly, if I remember right. Quite literally the first hit, one of the first hits, it was crazy. We got Lockjaw piloted by the Donald Hudson over by Macho and the Jabroni Malice, who we have to see today. We're going to talk about them 2 times. Bear with us, chat. I'm sorry. Not only did Malice come out with their ineffective weapon, the Rolling Blackout, which was blacked out, but they paired it with the dumbest set of forks that we've ever seen. Quite literally looked like a pair of chopsticks that America doesn't know how to use in a Japanese restaurant. Yeah, Malice looked like it was flailing for help, while Lockjaw laid the smack it down on them. Finally, a judge's decision that we can all agree on. Yeah.
All right. Well, I can't say that any of us were totally shocked that Triton didn't work when its predecessor is the horribly designed Deep Six. I think we all saw it coming. So it's kind of back to the drawing board for that team and on to the next fight for Lucky with that awesome win. They were looking sleek.
Yes. I do have to point out that Lucky had an excellent defensive orientation for a flipper bot. Kind of excited. Usually when a bot goes on the full defense, Macho thinks, the J word, the jabroni word. But
they were good with their defense.
Their defense looked excellent. A different Way to look at a flipper bot in the defensive orientation. We got our second to last match. We're going right on through it. We got Scorpios over by Macho and Jackpot. As expected, Scorpios decided to take down horizontal spinners, but took down the vertical spinner of Jackpot. Jackpot got flipped on its head, could not flip back over. Yeah, if Jackpot can't flip over, what is the point of those lifting arms on Jackpot? Macho can't wrap his big oily buff brain around it. And we got
I have what I like to say as
this one.
shitbox versus rotator.
Yeah, nothing happened in this one.
Yeah, it was weird because like the screen quite literally just like went blank.
Yeah, it was weird. The feed cut out. We could not see what happened. So if you guys
reached out to the producers and they were like, "Nah, man, that was intentional. We just didn't want you guys to see."
Yeah.
It was just nothing. It was a nothing match.
If you guys have any information on this, go ahead and don't call me because Macho doesn't give a shit. We can bring on our guests as we perfectly summarized all of those fights, right? We didn't miss any, Kristen, right?
Oh, none.
No, that's right.
7, they were there.
Right, now, we can bring on our guest. Milky, why don't you unmute yourself and say hello to everyone through the video scope, yeah?
Yippee!
Yippee! There you are. Milky, why don't you give yourself a little introduction, if you will, to the thousands of people watching through the Twitch-scope?
Hi, my name is Milky. I'm a spooky AI and I play horror games. And also, I only like Vocaloid and that's it.
Welcome, Milky. Are you ready to talk about some robot combat action tonight?
Yeah.
Let's go. So our first fight tonight, we got MONSOON over by Kristen and Black Dragon over by Macho. Sorry, that one took a bit to get out. Kristen, why don't you tell us who do you think's gonna win this match? We're gonna go Kristen, then we'll go Milky, and then we'll wrap it up with me, Macho.
Well, unfortunately for MONSOON, I think their return to the battle box this year is going to end in a loss. Black Dragon is close to indestructible, even though Macho doesn't like it. We have seen them win quite literally on fire, so God only knows if this match goes to the judges, they're for sure picking Black Dragon because they've been paid off. But MONSOON also doesn't really have any notable wins under their belt yet, so I cannot pick them until they prove themselves. So I'm rooting for them, but I'm picking Black Dragon to win.
I picked MONSOON because he's got 4 more arms than Black Dragon has, and also Black Dragon looks like if I put a cardboard box on one of my corgis.
So, MONSOON is back after a few years out of Battlebots competition. They got quite a task in front of them going against the always solid Black Dragon. Black Dragon has morphed into more of a control bot over the years, as we have seen. Does not matter if the bot is on fire. If the fusion fight is anything to go on, clearly fire, a bot engulfed in flames, clearly means that it has not taken as much damage as a bot that is not engulfed in flames. Does that make sense? No, absolutely fucking not, it doesn't. But that's the world we live in, and Black Dragon has won multiple fights on fire, so MONSOON already fighting at a disadvantage. But you know what? Macho is tired of this Black Dragon jabroni. MONSOON is gonna come in there with its big ass vertical spinner and toss that jabroni around the Battlebots just like Josh Allen tosses the football to the other team, yeah! MONSOON, look at Macho through the video scope, yeah. I know you're liking my tweets. I know you liked my tweet of changing the fight card from Hydra to Trash, which makes you incredibly based. Incredibly based, MONSOON. Now, Macho is going to go with you for the victory today, and Macho is offering you once again to be a guest on the Battlebots pregame show. Macho needs more based people on the show like the MONSOON team. Macho sees you. They will not be able to resist the urge to come on to the greatest Battlebots content Twitch has ever seen, the Battlebots pregame show. That's it. Lock it up, pack it away. MONSOON with the victory, and they're gonna stare at Macho through the video scope and go, we did it for you, Macho. And I'm gonna be like, yes, abso-fucking-lutely you did. Everyone wins for Macho because Macho is a goddamn winner. That's just how it is. All right, so we got Emulsifier, the bot from the greatest city on planet Earth, Columbus, Ohio, and Malice, unfortunately, on the other side. Gross. Kristen, why don't you take it away? Who is going to win this one and why? There's clearly a correct answer here. Just putting that out there.
Emulsifier going to get the win that they deserved last fight tonight. Coming back with a chip on their shoulder and a deep burning fire for revenge in their hearts. And I swear to God, if Malice comes out with the freaking rolling blackout weapon again, I'm gonna lose my mind. That weapon is literal trash. Like, just throw it away. I don't know why they keep doing it. Even if they don't, and they come out with like a normal weapon, Emulsifier Spinner is still powerful enough that I think Malice is gonna get sent into the walls over and over and over. And I'm predicting a knockout win here for Emulsifier.
Okay, I didn't really see. I picked Malice because I didn't see his little thingy. But now that I'm seeing it, it looks like shit. Emulsifier, I think he can just stab right into it. So I'm gonna change it actually.
That's what we like to see.
Yeah, I thought Emulsifier's little weapon on top looked like a Lunchables pizza, but now that I'm looking at Malice, their thing looks like a Lego wheel.
So, in this situation, you think that the Lunchables pizza is going to overcome the odds against the Lego wheel?
Yeah, he's got too much shit exposed. Look at it. He looks like one of those fish where you can see their insides.
Now, listen here, chat. And I want you to listen real close. Listen real close. Emulsifier that you see over by Macho is the real deal and is from the very real city of Columbus, Ohio. Emulsifier was robbed of a very real victory the other week, just like Columbus has been robbed of an outdoor NHL game every single year. Emulsifier looks solid with a powerful weapon and proving that the treads are a viable option as opposed to wheels. Now, Malice, on the other hand, looked like the Columbus Blue Jackets. Slow, no defense, injured, and in last place. Malice needs a lot of work, just like the Blue Jackets do, and Bunny knows it. Bunny knows it as she stared down her opponent last week with the death stare that should go into the Death Stare Hall of Fame. You know what Emulsifier is going to do? Going to take those chopsticks you call wedges, Malice, and send them sky high. Emulsifier is going to take Malice, send it all the way to Nationwide Arena. But do you think it's gonna stop just there? Hell no. Emulsifier is going to take Malice and send it all the way down Nationwide Boulevard. Yeah, it's gonna hit Malice so high up there that it will send it so high, Emulsifier will have a chance to stop by Boston's for a drink, go to Nada for a taco, get a hot dog at Huntington Park while watching the Clippers play a game of baseball, then stop at the brand new Columbus Crew Stadium and watch the Crew play soccer. Then Malice will finally land in a heap of parts and broken dreams right at Emulsifier's feet on Nationwide Boulevard, which Emulsifier will then look at and go, oh, I'm not done. Emulsifier will then scoop up the pieces of Malice, go to the North Market, get a delicious spicy chicken sandwich from Hot Chicken Takeover, then throw away all those pieces with the trash left over from his meal. Yeah! Emulsifier with a huge victory for Columbus because the Columbus Blue Jackets for sure won't win for us, so the Battlebots gotta pick up the slack for where the Blue Jackets have dropped the ball. We got Overhaul over by Macho and the nightmare abomination of STARCHILD over by Kristen. Kristen, what do you think is going to happen? Because Macho has no fucking clue.
So STARCHILD, like, they look cool, and I love that they call themselves a thwack bot, but that's kind of where my interest in them ends, because I looked up some videos of them, like, driving and using their weapon, and kind of leaves a lot to be desired. But on the other hand, Overhaul doesn't really have a true weapon. So just like God only knows what's going to happen here. Macho might more than me. Who knows?
Our child looks like Deep Six got into the Dark Crystal and then melted.
That's pretty accurate.
So that one stink. And the other one's teal, so I'll go with that one.
this match is going to be weird, as STARCHILD is clearly some sort of nightmare creation from outer space in the Warhammer 40k universe. STARCHILD is going with a really old school type pendulum weapon, which is what I originally thought it was going to be. Apparently not. Some other sort of deep space nightmare magic is happening with that weapon that Macho does not understand. From what Kristen was saying, the weapon sounds a bit too complicated. You kind of just want something to spin up and then just hit the other bot as hard as you can, right? That's as simple as it gets. Spin up and then hit him. Steps in between that, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Now, Macho did say he would never pick a new bot to win after last week. But Macho does not see a way that Overhaul will be able to grab onto STARCHILD and do any sort of control damage category. Macho thinks the strangeness of STARCHILD will help it not get grabbed by the Overhaul team, as everything is up high in the air where Overhaul in his small little T-Rex arms can't reach. Overhaul, that team, deserves to lose every single match because look what they have done to Pekora. They killed her. No one can just do this. They cannot get away with this. They deserve to lose every single match they ever go against because Pekora should be cherished and not manhandled by a robot like this. It's unbelievable. Overhaul does not deserve to be a winning team, deserves to lose for the rest of time. We got Quantum over by Macho, and we got the gross, awful jabroni of GRUFF over by Kristen. Kristen, who do you think's going to win this match, and why?
This is going to be a fun match to watch, I think. I hope, anyways. So Quantum, in my humble opinion, was literally built to take on bots like GRUFF. GRUFF thinks they're all big and tough with their armor and their big boy flamethrower, you know, like those people with those giant lifted trucks that don't serve a purpose. And Quantum is going to come in and make them feel really stupid for even entering the battle box tonight.
It's kind of hard because Quantum has those little teeth, and then GRUFF looks like he can just flip them over and then they can't get back up. I don't know, because like I think with the bite they could break the arms really easily. For some reason my brain still thinks that they can be flipped over and then nothing else will happen. Quantum Blue, I go with he.
So we have GRUFF over there by Kristen, the perennial jabroni of the Battlebots field. GRUFF, as we all know, somehow already got its single win for the season, which means they will start to get desperate. It looks like they already have resorted to desperate measures, as a picture of GRUFF has been circulating around the Twitter sphere with a attachment of the sort that was the reason behind the worst BattleBots match of all time. Huge versus Hydra. Yes.
No.
Now, this is giving Macho flashbacks, which is what I was having earlier, thinking about it. Not the good kind. GRUFF, you're the second biggest jabroni in this field. Rather than say GRUFF will win, Macho would rather sit down, dry, sober, as a judge on a Sunday and watch the Star Wars prequels. Movies so bad that Macho is fairly confident that he could write a better script with his eyes closed. Macho thinks that the AI that designed Quantum's biting head could probably write a better script than the Star Wars prequels. Yeah! Quantum is going to take that flame-throwing jabroni and do what the prequels love to do. That is walk around and spout pointless exposition the whole goddamn time. Yeah! Quantum is going to slam GRUFF into every corner of the box and tell him exactly how to feel, like every emotion in those movies is told to the viewer in cringy, awful dialogue instead of letting the viewer decide how to feel. I want you to be sad. I am going to tell you to be sad, when to be sad. If you defend the Star Wars prequels, you know who you are. You know who they are. They watch my stream. You all know who it is, who I'm talking about. It starts with a Y, it ends with an O, and rhymes with Popo. Sand won't be everywhere, but pieces of GRUFF will be all over the battle box. Yeah! And Macho hates sand. It's coarse, rough, and gets everywhere. just like Gruff, will be everywhere across the battle box. Yeah! We got the gross, awful, also jabroni of Beta, and the awesome, brand newly redesigned Kraken over by Kristen. Kristen, who do you think's going to win this one and why?
Well, Kraken is back and looking buffer than before. Will be interesting to see a hammer go up against a grappling / control bot, though. I feel like we don't see that often. I think that this match is going to be about who is going to get the upper hand first in the match. So if Kraken is able to like take control and keep Beta from firing their hammer, then I think they're going to win just based on their driving skill and their defensive capabilities. But if Beta rushes Kraken and gets a couple hits in, they might be able to come out with the win, but like I'm still not confident in that. So I don't know. I think this match is going to go the full 3 minutes. I think we're going to be subjected to the blasphemy that is the Battlebots judges, unfortunately. If I had to pick, I'm going to pick Kraken because I love them. They're looking snazzy.
Beta looks like shit garbage, and I hope Kraken bites him in half.
Hell yeah, Milky, that's what I'm talking about. Say more. Say more bad things about Beta for us.
He looks like something I could make out of cardboard.
Yeah! Give me more, Milky. Give me more.
Go, Milky.
His hammer looks like Amy's from Sonic.
Yeah! Macho fucking hates Beta with the white-hot intensity of 1,000 suns. If you guys are not aware, here's some Battlebots lore for you. Beta somehow won a match by not firing its weapon a single time. And the judges looked at that match and was like, yes, Beta clearly won that match, even though it went in deliberately not showing its weapon working or even attempting to using it. Yes, that is the bot that is going to win this match. Pack it. Let's go home. Let's get the fuck out of here. It was a fucking jabroni disaster. Kraken is out here with an amazing redesign and was clearly held back by an outdated and ineffective weapon, while its driving was top-notch. Macho sees Kraken and looks at it like he looks at the 8.6. Kraken is coming out here like Takumi in the 8.6. An amazing drive here, held back by the old, decrepit, slow car. But what needed to happen was the old 8.6 needed to die. The engine blew up, but like a phoenix rising from the ashes, the 8.6 was reborn with a beautiful, God-fearing engine. Now, Kraken is going to come out here and race like he is saving his girlfriend from a crazy ex of hers during the winter atop of Mount Akina. Four-wheel drive may be better in the snow, but it does not matter because Kraken is the best driver in town. Kraken is going to spin that hammer up to 11,000 RPM and destroy that jabroni Beta with Eurobeat blasting and that engine humming, baby. Kraken with a big fat initial D victory. We got Horizon over by Kristen, which looks like some sort of child science experiment, and Shred It Bro over by Macho. Kristen, who do you think's going to win this one and why?
We haven't seen either of these bots before, so like I'm just excited for the match in and of itself for that. We don't know what's going to happen. Shred It Bro, in my opinion, has a similar build to Minotaur, but I don't know if they have the same power as Minotaur. We will see. But Horizon honestly looks sick. I love this design. I feel like it's really creative. And if it works, it's going to be pretty cool. I did watch some videos of them testing. I didn't see them running the weapon and driving at the same time, though. So, like, that has me a little concerned. I only saw them driving and then using the weapon. So, I don't know if they can do both at the same time. We will find out tonight. But the weapon, when spinning and horizontally hammer sawing, as they describe it, is pretty freaking cool. And it can definitely pack a punch. Like, honestly, I think if they hit Shred It Bro's tires a couple times, Shred It Bro's done for. So it will come down to whether or not they're actually functional. Because I like their creativity and their design, I'm going with Horizon.
Horizon looks like the floor of an arcade, so I'm gonna go with Shred It Bro. I don't think he can get any hits on. Look at his, he's like a hammerhead shark.
Horizon seems like some sort of insane science project gone horribly wrong and Macho is all for it, baby. That's what Battlebots is all about. Horizontal spinners have had a hard time getting their foothold in this new box, as the operational area is smaller. And this boy is looking extra wide. He a very, very wide boy, which may cause the spinners to hit the side of the box. I'm not really sure on the dimensions, but just by the picture, that'd be a wide boy. That a wide boy over there. So, Shred It Bro is from the same team behind Pain Train, which may have a strong case for the worst bot to ever compete in Battlebots competition. The bar is set so low that you may be able to find some spare FTX stock down there. Unlike Sam Bankman-Fried, I think Shred It Bro used his trip to the Bahamas to learn from its mistakes and not go on national television and do as many interviews as it can. Shred It Bro looks way more stable and sturdy than its last bot, which held it back tremendously. Although Horizon looks wild, and Macho cannot wait to see it work, Macho does not see it having enough room to operate effectively. Macho is going with Shred It Bro. We got the main event over here. We got Hypershock over by Macho, and we got Whiplash, the jabroni Whiplash over by Kristen. Kristen, who do you think's going to win this one and why? I think Macho has a good idea.
Both of these teams, they are coming off of a loss, so they want redemption. So really, which yellow robot can pack the harder punch? My money is, of course, always going on Will Bales and Hypershock. You will never catch me going against them. Honestly, I bet Whiplash doesn't even come out with their weapon because they think that they can just drive around with their skills and beat everyone. But not Hypershock. Will Bales is a really good driver too, so bring it on.
Hey, here's how my brain works.
Okay.
The little Hypershock and the the gap in what's in Whiplash. I don't think he'd be able to hit it. I think maybe he would go into the little gap and then the thingy will come down.
So you think that with the overhead tomahawk technique that it is going to hit the soft armor on top of Hypershock? Is that what you're thinking, Milky?
I mean, if they come in from the side and like pick him up in their little arms and then like spin him, they can take him around and then just like put the thing on him. That makes absolutely no sense. I'm just saying words in a way that I think makes sense, but they don't.
Whiplash got absolutely dumpstered by my boy Morton Mason and Mad Catter. It's the Mad Catter year. Jump on the train, because it's not stopping for anything and anyone. While Hypershock also got heavily outclassed by Sawblaze and pushed around. Both of these bots are going to come out hungry to prove that they are still in talks for the favorites to win it all, the Giant Nut. Now, Maddie Vasquez of Whiplash got a little rude awakening last time by the hands of Mad Gather and Martin Mason. Yeah, his prestige of being the #1 driver in the field sure took a hit into the kisser, and he will be looking to repair that today against another excellent driver in Will Bales. Macho is manifesting. Macho is manifesting something, yeah. Oh, it's coming to him right now, yeah. Coming down to me from the Macho Battlebot gods and communicating with them through his muscles and baby oil, yeah. Oh, Kristen, it's brutal. Oh, Macho can barely handle it. It's so much. Macho sees sparks. He sees flames. He sees parts. Oh, it's a massacre. This coming to Macho in his big, buff, wrinkly brain is the dismantling of Maddie Vasquez. Will Bales is going to come in and put that jabroni in his place on Jabroni Street and Pukester Avenue, where all the jabronis go. Too long have we heard of what a great driver this kid is. But you guess what? He never brings out his weapon, Kristen. And you know what kind of bots don't have weapons? Jabroni ones. That's what. Control my ass. Macho wants damage. Hypershock is going to beat Whiplash so bad that the votes for Maddie Vasquez for best driver are going to disappear faster than Lily Bell takes screenshots of Hook when he's on TV on AEW. Yeah. Oh, Hypershock with a big W today. Yeah! Thank you for all hanging out on the Battlebots pregame show. I will be streaming tomorrow. I hope to see you guys then and next week on the Battlebots pregame show. Have a good one.
Bye.